What it is, man, DJ Juice with another episode of All in Your Business, the podcast. The podcast about not what you do, but why you do it. In the building right now, man. Ciroc Knight, what's good with it, man?
What's happening with you?
Hey, big chillin', man.
That's what's up.
Project on the way.
Yeah.
Man, let's get straight to it, man. So, where you from?
Okay. Originally born in Washington, D.C. District of Columbia is on my birth certificate.
Oh, so you're a D.C.
Yeah,
That's not even a state.
Yeah. That's not even a state.
Straight like that,
The
straight
capital.
like that. So what brought you to the east?
Mama got married. Pretty much. That's as simple as I can put it. And matter of fact, I said it in my intro of my song, Mama got married and D.C. life was too crazy.
Yeah. So how long were you in D.C.?
I was in D.C. officially until I was 4 years old. And then I was off and on, back and forth to D.C., visiting, because all my mama's family is still in D.C.
Oh, yeah?
So up until 2009, when my grandma passed, I was back and forth like every summer, every other summer.
So your pop side of the family is...
It's a crazy story. So mom's born and raised Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Pops, California.
Okay. Cali. Cali, D.C., 3,000 miles.
He was raised right off of 75th Street out there, right there where Tukey made the Crips.
3,000 miles apart. So 3,000 miles apart, they get married in D.C.?
Yeah.
So he was in D.C.
They was in D.C. and they met and fell in love. And
So
all
how the
that.
hell you get to East Texas?
Well, that's where his parents, my grandparents, come up from. Right in a little old
Marshall.
Well, right on the cuff of Howesville and Marshall, but technically it's Marshall.
Yeah. Okay, so families here, they say, all right, we're going to relocate to East Texas.
Yes, sir.
You was young, so you didn't really have no say-so, and then you just kind
I
of
did. I stayed an extra year in D.C. because I didn't want to go.
Oh, really?
With my grandma. I stayed in D.C. a year without my mom and all that.
Yeah.
In D.C. just because I was grandma baby.
Yeah. So D.C., the transition, when you get to Texas, what's the first thing you notice that's different?
First thing I noticed is different. This might sound crazy. I can't drink beer.
What you mean? What you want? Hold on.
My grandma, rest her soul, and God rest her did, Fred, which was her boyfriend, but he was my grandpa's. That's who I looked at as my grandpa. He used to let me drink beer. I used to sit in his lap and drink beer. And I learned that.
How old was you?
Like I said, I was like 3, 3, 4.
What's crazy is my pops, when we was leaving Cali, and we were driving to Texas to see my mom's side of the family, and I said I was thirsty. And he had a Colt 45. And he just... My mom was like, boy, you don't give me that. What you doing? He was like, chill.
Yeah.
Man, I was asleep 10 minutes later. I was out of there.
Because that's one of the first memories I can remember from coming to Texas. And that's why I say that, because I remember reaching in the refrigerator, grabbing a beer, and my mama whooping my ass.
Yeah.
She caught me.
Off top.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? But you like, this is normal.
This is normal, yeah.
What kind of beer was it that you had?
If I had to remember, I think it was Bush.
Ooh.
I think it was Bush.
I ain't gonna lie. Only time I drank Bush was with spaghetti. Cause I don't know, for some reason I just felt like Bush and spaghetti went together.
And the crazy thing now, like as an adult, when I was able to drink, I don't even like beer.
Yeah.
I might drink a Corona here and there, but most of the time, it's straight liquor.
None of that. So that's growing up. Middle school, you were here.
East Texas.
East Texas.
That's why you can't see it. It's tatted on my arm.
Yeah.
DC born, Texas raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you in school, you playing sports, what you got going?
Play football.
Everybody in East Texas play football.
Yeah.
What position?
Crazy thing, when I first played football, I was on the line.
Yeah.
But I was small. But I actually played center.
You play center? But
I was the smallest thing on the line.
Nah, that's one of the things, like one of the positions I feel like it's so hard because you got so many jobs at one time.
I was chubby, but I wasn't chubby. And but I was still the smallest thing on the line though.
Yeah.
And I could run. So the whole time I wanted to be a running back, but I just never tried. I didn't try out for running back until I was in 7th grade. Okay. And that's what I was from 7th grade on, a running back.
That's crazy. That's when I stopped playing football, 7th grade.
That's when I stopped playing in the band.
Okay, so you was in the band, then you was like, forget this.
Because you couldn't play football and be in the band. But I played the drums in the band, but I was just like, it wasn't no passion in it or nothing like that. I just did it because.
With no passion in football for me, because I was like, hey, look, man, the coach gave me one of them run 10 and slant ends. Wow! Got cracked. I'm talking about, man, came across and cracked me. Man, I hit that ground. I said, oh, Lord. I got up. I was like, yeah.
It's like you came up right there, you came up on him?
What? My pops came down the stands, he thought I was hurt. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, I keep on playing this. I ain't gonna make basketball season. And he was like,
that was my first love though.
What, basketball?
Yeah.
Man, hey, I'm a hooper to heart.
Man, the basketball goal that's at my grandma's house right now is because of me.
Yeah.
I used to go out there and, you know, kids now they don't like to play by themselves. I used to go out there and dribble till 1, 2 in the morning by myself. Like at my house, I didn't have a goal. So I just be outside dribbling.
Yeah.
And then when I would go to my grandma's house, that's when I would just shoot by myself.
Okay. So you doing
but
the band
I never
thing?
tried out for basketball in high school.
So you did band, football, but you never tried out for basketball, but it was just something that you liked.
I played a lot of street ball, you know, gym and then outside, you know, go to the park and stuff. You know, I had a nice shot too.
Man, I don't want to hear that.
Hey,
I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that.
Threes, please.
Threes, please. That's what it was. So
I was shooting half-court jumpers in college. Before Steph even was on the scene.
Here you go. See, it's always that.
Hey.
It's always.
Hey, anybody that went to SFA with me can vouch for me.
Yeah.
I step across the line. If I step across the line, you better guard me.
Straight up. So you band, football, no basketball, but let's talk about this band thing. You were playing the drums. Mm-hmm. Is that where the music came from?
Nope. Music came just, in all honesty, I believe it came naturally. Because during the time that I was in D.C., just even back and forth, my grandmother had a basement. Yeah. And I would go down there in the basement. It was a big screen TV down there and stuff. And I just sit in the dark all day and watch music videos.
Yeah.
Music videos and boxing was what I used to watch all the time.
Oh, that's hard. I used to watch BET. They used to show the same video every day when I got home from school. It was Fat Joe Terror Squad. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm like, dang. No, Big Pun, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dang, man, every time I come home at the same time, BET is showing the same videos. But
I remember the first hip-hop album I heard. I was 3 years old.
What was that?
Doggy Style. That was with Fred.
That's a tough one. I mean, my pops had me on some Outkast as a little man. He used to ride around Outkast, Tupac, Biggie. Mm-hmm. That was my pops all day long. And then he'd mess it up with some Maxwell and some Kim, you know what I'm saying? He'd throw me off. One day I get in the car, I'm like, oh, we just going.
But also, my mama can sing.
Yeah.
So she used to sing all the time at church, and then like you know, at funerals and stuff, they would want her to sing and things like that. And then in the 90s, I can't remember exactly what year. I don't know if you remember on 99.7, they used to have a single-light contest. Well, she won the Patti LaBelle single-light contest.
Oh, that's hard.
And I think it was Ice was the DJ on there or something. I think that was his name. He wanted to cut like a little record deal with her, but she didn't like she was afraid of the attention. Oh, so she didn't do it. And I always miss my mom. I'm like, man, you could have changed our life. We could have been.
Don't blame it on that. Mom, this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been. We could have been something else going on. But you know.
No, that's hard. That's hard. So there was a little musical influence in the family.
Yeah.
So when was it that you decided I'm about to go in the studio and actually make a track?
I was a late bloomer. I didn't officially start writing raps until I was like 18. Like I had done little stuff secretly, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't start writing raps until my cousins encouraged me to write because I used to freestyle all the time. Okay. And they used to be like, bro, you can really rap. Like, start writing.
So what do you think the difference for you, the freestyle versus the writing? Because that's one of the things that artists always, man, I'm going to punch in. And I'm like.
I honestly don't do that. Well, you can ask anybody that recorded with me, from Sergeant B to Q Dot, just anybody, like, my songs I already wrote when I come to the studio.
That's how I prefer.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
I can't I'm not gonna say I can't do that, but I don't feel like one of the things I pride myself on is staying on subject. And I feel like people that punch in when I listen to music, I want to hear a complete thought. Like, what is this song about? I don't want to hear one verse is about this, or the middle of the verse is about that, and you just all over the place. Yeah, it sounds good, but to a person that really like music, it's like, it's cool, but
that's how I feel about music.
It don't stand.
That's why I think we have so many one-hit wonders now, and not enough like artists who really last. Because if you get in and you talk about, I got a chick, give me a bottle, doing this with a model, might drop a Ford Tahoe, like, hey, I ain't really getting nothing from that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now, even though, I mean, with social media and all that stuff, you can blow up doing anything. Yeah.
And I'm not knocking it. Everybody like a little feel-good music every now and then, but sometimes I wanna get lost in it. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of that, getting lost in the music. So 18, you recorded your first track. What was that first track?
Let me see. My very first track. Dang, you put me on the spot on that. I'm trying to, cause I want to give you the right track.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the very first track, but it's one of the very first tracks. I did a song called I'm in Love with My Bottle.
In love with your bottle.
Yeah.
So this is the same bottle that you start off at an early age?
This was a grown, this grown bottle. It's, you know, by this time, before even rapping, I was already being called Ciroc Knight.
Yeah.
Because that was just my choice to drink. And anytime I showed up to a party, I had the big boy bottle, you know, the big $60 bottle.
Diddy, you watching this right now?
I said it in a song. I need an endorsement.
Go ahead.
I've been selling your stuff for a long time in East Texas for sure.
Yeah, you know stuff like that.
Yeah, back at the Easter Ray parties, they know me.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Easter Ray, man.
I used to hand the bottles around. I used to come with two. I used to call them big babies.
Yeah.
So I had two big babies. I hand one around just to let people drink or whatever. And mine, I had my personal. I drink out of it.
So you're doing that. Does the tape come next? You know what I'm saying? There's more like
it was
in
more
the studio?
so just on a hobby level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was just doing it. It felt good doing it. It felt like that's where I needed to be. But when I went to SFA, I did a mixtape called The Unexpected. I was rapping over other people's beats. Can't remember how many. I think it was like probably about 14 tracks or something like that. And I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I recorded it in my dorm room closet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I got my man B-Man, Breland, he actually from Longview, Texas. He was at SFA. He made my cover art and all that. And I put it on that piff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I ain't do no promotion or nothing.
Yeah, you just put it on there and just let do what it do.
I appreciate all like 27 people that listen to it. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I fuck with y'all.
Is it still on there?
Yeah, it's still on there to this day. This day.
We gotta go look that up. Hey, look it up on that pill.
Yeah. Hey. And to be honest, most of that tape would be classified as what people call freestyles now. Because what I would do is I would listen to a beat and I would freestyle, but I would write it down so I could record it.
Got you.
But it was a freestyle thought because I didn't, it wasn't it might be one or two actual songs on there. It's really just a bunch of flows.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, released that project in college. You didn't really promote it.
I didn't know what to do. I wish I did. Yeah. I wish I knew what to do. I wish I knew I had the forethought to pass out flyers, to really interact with my student body and maybe get them behind me. But I just really and truthfully, I still was in my own head, not sure if people really was gonna like what I was doing or not.
So
in my mind, I was the hardest.
Yeah.
But in reality, I was like, I don't know if people really gonna fuck with this.
So you did it, but to actually, hey, here, check this out, you was kind of like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out. And
you comparing yourself to what you see everybody actually jamming, you like, I'm a little different. And then the freestyles was kind of on the same pace, but it's like I just didn't know how I was gonna be received.
So what made you say, all right, that freestyle stuff's cool. Let me go ahead and make these songs.
That was just a conscious thing. Like I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like if anybody asks me what type of music I make, I always say I just make music that I feel like somebody can relate to. You know.
That's real. That's real. So you're releasing this music, you ain't really push it. Then you say, all right, I'm about to come on with a song. Once you do that, what's your next thing? Is this one where you're like, now I'm gonna give this to the people and let the people see?
Like
what got you past that hump?
Just encouragement from people that was actually listening to me. It just started getting to the point where I would let random people or somebody that wasn't really close to me, and I would get the feedback, and the feedback wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I started believing in myself to where I was like, all right, I'm putting this music out.
Okay.
And then also, not even to sound cocky, I started listening more to everything that was being put out. I'm like, I rap just as good as this guy.
Yeah. You trying to figure out, yeah,
you not better. Like,
you trying to figure out like why.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And once I got that mindset, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna start putting this stuff out.
Okay, so with that, you putting this music out and you getting the motivation from others. Was there another tape after that?
No. I started rapping with a couple of my partners, and we was a group, but we wasn't a group. You know what I'm saying? And we came up with this thing, A Crew, which is, if you can see, this is what I'm wearing right now. It's a brand now, a clothing brand. And, you know, if you want something, all you got to do is hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
Yeah. But so a lot of my time was spent doing music with them. So I wasn't writing a lot of solo songs. So, you know, we had got in the groove and we was doing things, and matter of fact, I don't even remember what year it was, but a couple years ago, you know, we came up with it, I feel like drinking that juice. You know? And we brought that up there to the radio, and, you know, it was good. We had good reception of that, and I was under the impression that we was gonna drop a tape. And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I'm all for the team. So, you know, I'm still trying to, you know, I'm bringing songs, or we're still trying to work together, and it just didn't work out. And then once it actually set in that, okay, we not finna do no group thing right now. I need to focus on what I need to do. I just started writing songs for myself.
Okay, so is that what got you to this project?
Yeah.
So I remember you bringing the Drink the Pain Away.
Yeah, that was the start of it.
What year was it?
We 2023 right now. That was probably 20. If I'm being honest, it might have been 2019, 2018.
Yeah, it was like 2019.
Yeah.
The reason why I know it's 2019 was because in 2020 that was COVID came.
Yeah, it was 2019.
And then when COVID came, then 21, I went through like the stuff that I went through personally with losing a bunch of people. Yeah. And I hit your line. I said, hey man, this song, man, I keep on listening to it because it's like, that was like a therapy.
And I'm going to be honest with you, like, I've had a couple people hit me like that. I've had people hit me and be like, bro, I can relate to that. And I just tell them thank you. Because that's all I want to do is make music that people can relate to.
Yeah, big facts. And I think it's so important for, like, because we were talking about earlier with the punching in or not really knowing what you're going to say and not really having a complete thought. When you have a complete thought, man, people don't realize how, like, powerful, like, their thoughts are.
Yeah.
And how powerful they are to other people who receive them. Mm-hmm. So when you're listening to music, some people are like, I don't like that, you know, whatever. But once you hear that message, if that message resonates with you, you've built a fan. Because that person's going to be like, man, he had a song that, man, when I was down, this is what I was going through.
That's in the Army, He say he play it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Like anybody who gives me even just a compliment on my music. It ain't gotta be that it was the best thing you ever heard. If you just like, man, I liked it. That was dope.
So was this therapy for yourself?
Yeah. It was the crazy thing about it is it's funny to me because at the time that I wrote the song, I was fine. But the thoughts in the song, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard the song, you should listen to it. Drink the Pain Away on all streaming platforms. YouTube, it's a video out. Check that out. Run my views up or whatever. But
you gonna try to plug it in the middle of the interview. Hey, turn this off right now. Go to YouTube.
I wouldn't be an artist if I didn't do that.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
You good.
But yeah, so once I recorded the song, I always send it to my cousin Chad in Texarkana. We were around the same age and everything. He called me. He's like, man, you all right? I was like, yeah, man, why you say that? Man, that's some heavy shit you was saying in the song. You all right? I'm like, yeah, man, that's just past tense feelings. I just bottled, I put them on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, I'm good, but yeah, So, but when I listened to that song, and then it's another song that I recently did called Made for This. I actually shed tears off and on when I listened to that song. Mm. And for me, like I shed tears. So I just be like, if anybody can feel that, if I feel it, I know somebody else feel it.
Yeah, it's crazy that you say that about your own music. Cause I have a partner who did music, and the reason why he doesn't do music now is because that music put him in such a bad place that he used it to like release.
Yeah.
But he don't like to listen to it because he feel like it brings him to that place. But then other people hear it and say, man, that's some powerful stuff. Yeah. And it's just so weird. I'm like, man, do some music. He's like, I don't even like listening to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. But it's crazy, like the artistry in people.
Yeah.
So the fact
it's all about perspective.
The fact that you can really feel it though. Yeah. Because, they say like people like Usher go into the studio naked and sing. Mm-hmm. That's how he gets his.
He go to the studio naked and sing.
Not go in the. Yeah, but while he's singing.
Yeah.
All the lights off. He's in there butt naked singing.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Whatever
works.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever works. You know what I'm saying? But I get it because I feel like sometimes people want to put themselves in that moment. Yeah. So are you gonna have a girl in there while you talking about this love song, or you just gonna be in that hoe doing whatever you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's so special when an artist can hone in to who they really are, mm-hmm. and they actually feel the music. So if you're on stage performing that song and you cry, like that's real.
That's why I make the type of music that I make. I try to like, and I really switched on this like coming out of college around 2010. Is when I switched my style of rap, because when I first started rapping, when I first started writing,
yeah, I
was influenced by Wayne. I wanted to punchline, metaphor. That's all I wanted to do. Mm. But as I got older and I started listening to myself, I'm like, it sounds good, but is it really you? Mm. And I was like, nah, some of this ain't really me. And like you said, words are powerful. And I'm real big on energy, how stuff feel. And it's like, do I want that energy back? Is that the energy I want to put out? And is that what I want back? So I say it all the time. I be being funny, but I'm being honest too. Yeah. I don't make op music. I don't have that. if you want op music, you don't listen to me. I'm just gonna be honest. I
don't want to listen to op music because I don't feel like at first I don't even know who you beefing with. So like why am I listening to somebody?
I don't want any ops either. Like I don't want it. Like
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit up here and say, act holier than thou, like I don't listen to them. Like I like it. Some of it I do, like it sounds good. But when it come to me and I need to do what I need to do, I ain't got it for you.
I ain't gonna cap you. A lot of op music, if I listen to it, I can't tell you what the hell they said. Yeah. Like you be like, dude, what did he say? I'm like, shoot, that hook, that beat.
And then like at that time also I was listening to, what was being promoted, majorly on the radio, what you hear in clubs, and I'm like, bro, a lot of these dudes can't even rap without saying gang or or op, or like these are the key phrases you're gonna hear in the song. Gang, op, smoking on. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
My thing is,
and once again, some of it I like. I just gotta be in the mood to hear it though.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta figure out like, a lot of times I'm so like analytical when it comes to things. I'm kind of like, man, bro, what you going through? Like dead ass. Like somebody come to me with a sad song, or they. I'm like, man, forget this music. Like you good. Like man, you ain't gotta. Whatever feelings you have. If you feeling like this music, this is messed up. And I need to make sure that you get out of this place because that ain't gonna lead nowhere but the cemetery of the pen. So I'm trying to get you up out of it.
So once I got to that point, I was just like, I'm gonna make music that represents me. Either I actually been through it or I felt these emotions myself. This ain't something that I seen on TV. This ain't something that I'm pulling from over here because it sounds cool. This is what I didn't actually felt or been through myself.
Hard.
I just want to make music that represented me.
Nah, facts. That's hard. So let's talk this album though. Long time coming. Yeah. How many years? At least 5.
At least. Yeah,
at least 5.
If I really want to be honest, probably about 10. It's just a stretch of just me.
Well, I said 5 because I think the oldest song on there is what?
Drink the Pain. Oh, no. Honestly, the oldest song was on there is We On.
That's the oldest song on there?
That's the oldest song on there.
How
and that's
old
a
is
party
that
song.
How old is that one?
If I told you, you probably wouldn't even believe me. I think that song might be 2015, something like that. But it's never been out. Ain't nobody heard it.
So when you came with this collection, though, of music, what makes you say, I don't necessarily want to go get all this new. It's some stuff that I need to put out. Because a lot of times, you hear artists, they like, man, shoot, I had to drop 25 songs off the album and just get it down to this 10.
Yeah.
But you saying like, nah, I put work into each and every one of these records.
And that's what I was going to say, like, because I always think in my head, like, I feel like I make timeless music. So whether I recorded it, like my voice might sound different or something like that, or something I say might sound different. But as far as the message or what it sounds like, I don't think the music I make get old.
Okay.
And I don't know where I heard it from, but a lot of times I won't say the year in a song, because then you dating it.
Oh yeah, you dated, yeah.
So
definitely.
I just, I make music that I feel like if I wasn't the artist, I'd ride around and listen to it.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important because that means, because you know how people are, I jam myself. Do you jam yourself because you really jam yourself, or do you jam yourself because you're actually listening to what you're saying?
Like when I got this collective together, I put it on the flash drive and I put it in the car and I rode around listening to it over and over. I just rode around listening to it.
And that gave you a track listing, because when you gave me the album, you was like, nah, but listen to it this way though.
Yeah, cause,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because when I put it on the little file thing that I sent it to you, I recognized that it was out of order. But I set the track list. Yeah.
No, that's hard though, because I feel like whenever you listen to a project, it's supposed to be from top to bottom.
Yeah, I feel like how I set it up is like the first track is actually 2 sides, aka the intro. It has like if I'm able to say this without nobody trying to throw me on the bus, it has that Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares feel to it, because it has a switch up in the beat. Swayze made this beat from Longview.
Big shout out to Swayze.
Yeah, matter of fact, Swayze stamp all over that. Yeah, because he made Drink the Pain Away.
Swayze hard.
He made quite a few of them. You gonna hear him Check. He made that. It's a few of them on there he made. Yeah.
So we're going through these records. You saying, okay, this is my body of work. This is what I want to put out. This is what I want to present to the world. why was it so important for you to actually take your time and wait for it though?
Cause I get some of my ways from my cousin. Cause although we only 1 year apart, he was like a big brother figure to me.
Yeah.
And he's somewhat of a perfectionist. And I've always been a quality over quantity person. So yeah, I could have dropped 30 songs a year. I got the talent to do it. But are they quality songs? Do I really like, do it really represent me, and do I really like it? So that's why. It's just me. I just really wanted to, like the project states, it's me, musical expressions. I just wanted to represent me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what was one of the songs you feel like was the hardest for you to record?
Made for This. Yeah.
So when you was in the studio recording this song,
it's one of, besides Drink the Pain Away, I want to say that's probably my other favorite song on there.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's more like on a, like really means something, you know what I mean?
Got you. So, Made for Me, so when you put all these records together and you say, all right, I'm gonna put this out, this is collective, this is a representation of me. What is it that you are looking for the listener to take from you?
Okay, the first, I would be wrong if I could tell you the exact number of tracks because I had to look at my notes and I don't want to pick my phone up in the interview. But the first couple of tracks is really just introducing you to who I am. You know, you got the intro. I kind of break down what we talked about earlier in the interview about me being born in DC, what year I came to Texas. All that is stated in the song. Me losing my brother at the age of 16. All that is in the first couple songs that intertwines with Drink the Pain Away and Made for This. All this is introducing you to my backstory or where the pain comes from. Mm-hmm. Then I get a little bit more, lighten the mood a little bit, and I get to talking my shit a little bit about the little stuff that I have done. You know, I made a little money here. I done messed with some broads and things of that nature. Yeah. So I'm talking my shit. Then you get out of that mood, and then I'll be like, well, shit. Yeah, I done this with some females, but shit, I done also had my heart broke too. And then I end the album on some feel good, just party stuff. Okay,
let's talk about the heartbreak because it's always a good one. Because I think men sometimes we don't want to admit that stuff be happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I think every man has been by the phone and had their stomach just curling up. You just like, oh, she ain't gonna call me.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying?
I done the typical light skin shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't cried. You know, I didn't been on the floor just sitting up there holding the phone. Like,
no, you ain't never had no real one. If you have not cried over, you ain't had a real one.
I done walked up to the crib.
Yeah.
Open the door. open the door. I done done it all, man. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I ain't never had my feelings hurt out here, man. Yeah, you know. So that's where, you know, gamble come in. That's where pick up the phone. Pick up the phone is a favorite too, because it's like everybody been in that position where you lit from the club and you in that mood.
Yeah.
And you hitting her up and she ain't answering.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone, shawty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to drop it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's their vibe. And then, you know, gamble is like everything on your end, everything was good. You thought everything was gonna work out. And some on end there was a disconnect. And you know, it's just it's like love is a gamble, you know. So you win some, you lose some.
So were you always just open to talk about, you know what I'm saying, what was going on in your life, like relationship-wise? And
no, I just matured. Yeah. I can't tell you when. Life just made me mature. Like, I just got different experiences, and I'm one of them people that you can tell me the stove is hot, and I don't have to touch it. I just learned from other people. I saw this person get burned, so I'm going to chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm one of the people who be like, let me put my hand over it, just check.
But there are some instances where I'm going to touch the stove. Just depends on the circumstances. But sometimes, you know, some stuff I be like, yeah, I see how that person turned out. I don't even want to go down that road. Yeah, I'm cool on that.
Better you than me.
Exactly, yeah. Dodge a bullet on there. So like, that's how I said that to say this, like that's how I feel like my maturity came in, because I just got to the point where I didn't want to have that stigma on me that I can't be vulnerable. I can't express myself. Because in all honesty, that's where the good music come from.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't dig in or say what's really on your heart or what you feel, like how do you expect to connect with anybody?
Nah, that's facts. That's facts right there. That's facts. All of it.
It ties into the believability. How am I gonna believe you if I don't even feel it?
Nah, dead ass.
Yeah.
Dead ass, because I feel like now, especially now with social media, people are really seeing who you are before they even check out the song, unless they hear the song first. But if they're like scrolling and they see an artist, boom, I'm going to this artist page. Yeah. I'm about to look and see what this artist be doing. You know, like what are they up to? How they living their life. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna check out the music and then seeing if it correlates. If it correlates, then I can listen to it. If it doesn't, then I can't.
One of my I want to say one of my hindrances of just a personal flaw I feel like I have is I don't do music, like it's gonna sound crazy. I don't do music for fame. I don't care to be famous. Like I really don't. I just want to make relatable music, and whoever feels it, they feel it. And if I can make a living off of it, cool. But if I never receive a rap check, I'm gonna keep writing music. So because it feels good to me. That's
tough, because I know a lot of people when they don't get the rap check,
they quit.
Yeah, they become doing everything else.
I can't do that because when I'm in the booth and I done wrote something that I really feel, that's like my piece of heaven on earth.
Okay.
Like I truly enjoy myself when I'm making music.
Yeah. So that's your happy spot when you writing, when you recording.
I got two happy spots: spending time with loved ones, that could be family or friends, family or friends that I consider loved ones, and music.
You got kids?
Yeah.
Okay. How many kids?
I got one daughter, and I got a son on the way. It's gonna be born in April.
Oh, congratulations.
Appreciate it. And I got 3 other kids with my fiance.
Oh, that's hard.
3 sons.
Congratulations on all of that, because you said fiance. That means you're taking the next step.
Yeah.
Real big man, grown man still popping off right now, man. I love it. I love it for real, because I love kids. I don't have any kids of my own.
Okay.
But, I got the juice for kids and all the stuff that I do in the community. I feel like, first off, none of the ones who are going to be our doctors, going to take care of us. So we ain't treating these kids right. I don't want to be the person laying on the operation table. This juice, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be like, oh, man, let me make sure you good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just love the interaction, man. I love the fact that the building, I love to see the progression. I love to see all that, man. So, man, much blessings and peace on all of that stuff. Because that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, for real. So, all of this, man, this ties in, because now when I put myself listening to the album and the kids and not really caring about this, but handling business on that, man, it's a lot of layers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of layers to peel back, but also a lot of layers that people can, how sometimes we say, man, I listen to this for motivation.
Yeah.
I might have a song that, for instance, one of my favorite poems is See It Through by Edgar Guest. That's a sad poem, but it's a motivational poem. When I listen to that song, Drink the Pain Away, it's sad. It made me think about all the stuff I don't really want to think about, but at the same time, it also brings me a peace and calmness, because it lets me know that, man, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Like,
it's okay to feel like that.
Yeah, don't trip. Like, don't let this bottle be the end of it.
Yeah.
But don't trip because things happen.
Because I'm not saying drink your pain away. I'm saying sometimes I feel like I should.
Yeah. So I definitely get it, and it's relatable, and it takes me to a place to where I can get over different things and how I'm feeling at a time, because I listened to the song when I first found out my partner got murdered. Then even down the line, one of my favorite poems is that Edgar Guest "See It Through," and that poem, it takes you down like a tangent of basically. No matter what you're going, it starts off when you're up against the trouble, meet it squarely face to face. If your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to die to do the best that you may do, you may fail, but you may conquer, see it through. So what that means for me is whatever I'm going through in life, people done been through this. I ain't the only person, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times we think damn, I'm the only person in the world going through this. No, you're not. There's somebody else going through the same exact thing, if not worse. But it's all about how you react.
Yep.
And a lot of times music for me, what it does, it slows me down so I don't make any irrational decisions.
Yeah.
You know how people, they go shoot up spots, they just be going acting crazy, because sometimes you get into a thing where you just you got a lot of rage. But the right music, the right tones, calm all that down and make you think. You know what I'm saying? And when you think, you say, damn, now let me try to put this in a more positive spin so I can get something good out of it, versus being a crash dummy and out here in these streets doing something stupid. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where music takes me. Music is really a calmer.
See, that's how I feel about my song Made for This. It's like a motivate. It does make me tear up because of the content, but the hook itself is like motivation, because it's like I say, yeah, I was made for this. All them nights I felt alone, yeah, I prayed for this. All the things I've been through, that's what made me this. Ups and downs, win or lose, I was made for this.
Yeah. And
that's how the hook go. So, it's just basically saying, like you said, no matter what you're going through, you can get through it.
And the point I was about to make before that thing cut off was, when you're on Apple Music and you put a song in, you type that one song in, you don't type in a whole album, you just type that one song. Every time you get in the car, that one song gonna be on. It ain't gonna play nothing else but that one song.
It do that.
And, because I'm always on the phone and doing all kind of stuff, so I'm not always listening to the music in the car. But for some reason, your song I had put it in, and I swear for like a week, every time I got in the car, I ain't changed the radio. I just, cause I'm on the phone, I get out the phone, I hear a little bit of the song, get back in the car, hear a little bit, get on the phone. And it's just kind of like, I'm finding myself singing and rapping, but I'm doing it not because I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm doing it as a therapy. It's almost like I'm speaking to myself through the music. When I'm having you speak, it's almost like going to church and having somebody talk to you about whatever you're going through and break it down and say, look, I'm going through this and this and that. And this is how I relate to it, and this is how I came over it. This is what you need to do, For me, that's all the motivation I need. And I think a lot of times we can go, church, we can go get motivation from so many places, but for your peers, to be motivated by your peers is like none other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people that you care about around you, that's dope. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, man, it was all shit. I loved it, man, because it just put me to a place where I just felt like I could just breathe and chill and relax. So, you know what I'm saying? That was up with me. So that's how I take in music. I take in music by how it makes me feel, what message I get from it, and what is it gonna motivate me to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna motivate me to come in here and start painting walls? For real, like all of it. Everything is something. You know what I'm saying?
And that's backtracking on the out music thing. That's why I don't listen to a lot of it, because it gets you in a mood or it get me in a mood that I don't want to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be angry. I don't want to feel like I want to hurt nobody. And that's what it do for me. I can't speak for nobody else, but that's what it do for me.
I'm just trying to go home to my family, man. Why am I so mad when I walk in the house? What's up? Like, damn.
Like, come on, man. Like, You know,
kids look like, are you all right?
Music is powerful, you know what I mean?
Man,
So
it's powerful, dog.
you know.
Music shapes, transforms. It does that. It does so many different things to a mind.
You know.
That's why they.
The same reason why, like, when you in the club and they play any one of the Webby songs, I'm that nigga. You fucking right, and you just start mugging people that you don't know.
Dog,
it's that energy. It's that
Tell you
energy.
something. I hate going to the club, and
the same reason why the fights always break out when the DJ play. Y'all bet not fighting this.
Nah, but for me, I seen a girl on TikTok, and she was talking about basically like going to the club now. She hates it because she feels like you got to spend $1,000 or you can't sit down. You know what I'm saying? The club is nothing but sections. There's nothing else in the club but sections.
Everybody dancing on couches now.
And if you don't spend that money, you ain't getting on no couch. I went to the address.
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
No, I went to the address in Houston to go see my partner. And I just wanted to show up, you know what I'm saying? And I was going to walk around a little bit before he got there and start DJing. And I realized, I need to just show up with him because I felt so alone. I've never felt so alone with so many people around.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like, if you don't have that section, then you ain't really, like, you just got to walk here, walk back. Walk here, walk back. Go to the bar, walk here. And everybody looking at you like, you ain't got nowhere to sit. You
ain't got nobody.
You ain't got nowhere to sit. Girls ain't going to talk to you because you ain't in no section. You know what I'm saying? It's just a weird vibe and everybody's looking. And this dude mugging me, but he got a hookah in his hand. So I'm like, you can't really mug me with a hookah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand.
Like the motion of hookah, it's like... Are you looking at yourself right now, my guy?
And you mugging me. Like, I'm lost on the whole situation. So I feel like sometimes I don't even like going out if I'm not working because I feel like, damn, do I really got to go in here and do all this extra?
That's something, we didn't have this conversation before. I got to make myself be seen more because I am an artist.
Yeah.
Because I really don't care for going out either. Like, I don't. Like, it's like, what am I here for?
You got everything you need at the house. So.
I can drink at home. I can listen to the songs I actually like at home. And, I got a woman at home. I'm chilling. I'm really chilling. I'm good.
I ain't got to call nobody, bring me on the white phone. I ain't got to do none of that. You A1. So, like going out, it's just different now. So, but it also feels good now that there are little lounge spots that are playing different types of music.
I do like the lounge settings, though. I do like those, more.
I think we just getting older on the cool.
Might be.
Because I ain't going to lie, when I was young, it was like, man, if we wasn't like this inside a club, I ain't want to go to it. If it wasn't packed like sardines, it was
as I got older, I don't understand it because now I don't even like people touching me.
Yeah, you like
get off of me.
Excuse me, bro.
Like, why are you 200 pounds dug in right here in front of me? Get away from me. Like, stop. Like, damn.
Nah, it's definitely different. So, the music, man, it takes you all over the place. So, with this album, man, I know you say you don't do it for the accolades and all that, but what do you really want to see happen with it, though? Like, what's your driving force that'll say, man, I'm accomplished if this happens?
If I'm being honest, I just want to finally be seen in East Texas as an artist.
Okay.
I don't feel
Why
like...
is it important for you to be seen in East Texas as an artist?
Not only East Texas, but let me rephrase it. I just want to be seen as an artist.
Okay. Because you're not about to get on your ass.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, I said East Texas because it's like, you always hear that you got to take over your home turf before you can get everywhere else. And it's like, well, I ain't trying to take over. I just want people to recognize that, I'm here.
Yeah. I think it's a simple math thing, too, that people have to realize. Because a lot of times people compare themselves to Atlanta and all these other places. And me growing up there, I say it like this. My high school, the next high school, I went to Cedar Grove. Next high school, Southwest DeKalb, 5 miles down the road. Another direction, we got McNair. Another direction, we got Stevenson. We got all these other MLK. We got all these other schools. But they're all within like 15 miles. Mm-hmm. But you come to East Texas, you can't count it like that. You got to count it as Tyler, Longview, Kilgore, and that's 15, 30, 45 minutes. And so when you break it down numbers-wise, in Atlanta, you have a high school, 2,000 kids at each school. They're all black. So that's a bigger pool. So now it's somebody from Texas who sees this artist, they're like, damn, they got 7,000, 8,000 followers right off the bat.
Because they all within a 30-minute radius of each other.
Exactly. Versus now let's bring it to East Texas. Half the schools, they're not predominantly black.
No.
They're really, they ain't even half the schools. None of the schools are predominantly black.
Really just
like, so you're talking about out of 2,000, maybe 2,000, because really all the schools ain't even that big. So just say, we're going to say 2,000 is a safe number though. You cut that in half, you got 1,000. So out of that, you still are, you have your Hispanic, you still have your white, then you have your black. Out of that other little 1,000. Out of that, you might have 200 people who are actually interested in music. So 200 here, 200 there, 200, that's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
So now the artist who has 2,500 followers, they're all East Texas.
Yeah.
So for me, when I hear it, I always try to remind artists about those numbers and know that it's only different because of where you're at.
Yeah.
And East Texas, as long as I've been here, they've been a place where they want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
But also, you only get a chance to do it. They ain't gonna give you too many chances. So what that looks like is, oh, they got a buzz.
Let me check them out.
But now you got to go to Dallas and Houston. You got to go to these other places because once you have a buzz here, you own. And it's just a little buzz. It ain't nothing. It's just a little bitty, just a little buzz. You just got the fingers wet. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing for real. Yeah. So once that happens, the people here are looking at you like,
now they want to see what you're going to do,
Oh, he ain't signed yet.
Got a light on you.
Yeah, you ain't signed yet. You ain't did this yet.
Why you still here? Why you ain't over?
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So once you start traveling, then people say, oh, he on. Yeah. Oh, that's my little cousin, man. You don't know my cousin Ciroc, boy. You know, but that's what happens. So my personal thought is when I go out of town to the Dallas and Houston, and they ask me, hey, Juice, who hot? And I say a name, or I say a couple names. That same person has to have crossed these same paths. Because if they don't,
then they gonna say who?
Then they're gonna be like, why ain't he here? Or where he at? And as soon as they ask that question, they pretty much, you know, it's a wrap from there, because they're not really trying to hear nothing else. So when it comes to that whole promotion game, when it comes to fans and stuff like that, I tell people all day, don't sleep on yourself. Like, put yourself together here, but you gotta get on this road. We gotta move around, because we don't move around. And then East Texas is big as hell. Yeah. I mean, you talking about from Tyler to Marshall, 45 minutes. From Tyler to Pittsburgh, 45. Mount Pleasant, an hour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We still consider Texarkana East Texas. Yeah. That's two hours. You know what I'm saying? Palestine, 45 minutes south. Yep. So when you talking about the Blaze radio station, going west, Canton, going east, Shreveport. Going north, Mount Pleasant, going south, a little bit before Palestine. That's a lot of reach. Yeah. You know what I mean? East Texas is huge. Yeah. So if you want to be the king of the East, people in Palestine got to know you as well as people in Mount Pleasant. Yeah. But remember, our numbers game that we playing, we only got about 300-400 people in Palestine that we can count on. Only got 300-400 people at Mount Pleasant we can count on. Yeah. So grabbing them little ones and then making that a ball and then taking that, because once you go to Dallas and they see it, they gonna boost you off top. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no question there. Oh yeah, he on. That's my cousin. He on. You know how it goes with football. You see the players, as soon as they get drafted, oh, that's my cousin, which it probably is. But you see how they boosted after the fact.
Yep.
Or shit, really out here, East Texas, you just be on the football team, high school, period. It's like, my little cousin, the kicker, he going D1.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
they love football out here, though, so that's a given.
Yeah, so when it comes to the music thing, I think right now we're waiting on someone to pop.
Yeah.
Like, big shout out Ciroc, he got a platinum record. You know, I feel like they're waiting on somebody. They waiting on that superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They waiting on the superstar. And once it happens, I feel like that door is gonna then open up to where other people can get their foot in. But it all really communication and that grind.
Yeah. I feel like it's there though, cause it's a lot of talented artists out here.
Man, yo, it's crazy.
It really is.
Like,
man. And I listen to them. You know, I check them out. I check them all out. You know what I'm saying? So, and I admire a lot of their grinds because, I mean, I work a 9 to 5 still. So,
yeah.
And I don't work no regular 9 to 5.
Yeah, he said 9 to 5. He don't work 9 to 5.
I work on call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
10 in the morning.
Like my phone can ring right now doing this interview, and I got 2 hours to go to work. So you know, it's a little different for me in a sense. With trying to be a full-time artist, so I admire anybody who got that balance ironed out and they really can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Cause you know my job my job in life kind of hold me back a little bit with the music, but that's why I say that's like my peace place when I do get a chance to do music. Like, all the noise is gone and I'm just.
It take you away from all of that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine right there. It's supposed to. It's supposed to take you to another dimension, and like for me, it's a pool table.
Yeah.
Because when you're shooting pool, you can't think about nothing else.
Yeah, but your next
that ball
move.
right there, that ball, and your next move is coming up. Yeah. You can't think about what's going on at home.
I like playing pool too. I ain't good, but I like playing.
Yeah. I mean, because for me, it's like you gotta take everything and put it to the side to do this. And when you're doing music.
It's the same
thing.
If you want to get the result that you want to get,
you
know what I mean, you gotta put everything in there, and you know,
and get it. So man, this is Ciroc Knight, man. The album is on the way. Matter of fact, by the time y'all see this, the album gonna be here, so y'all be able to check all of that out. Make sure
it's gonna be on all streaming platforms, and I'm gonna get some physical copies and some little flash drives. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hand them out. Like you said, I'm gonna get out there and touch some people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The
Kiss some babies.
Way, you know what I'm saying? We out here the A-Crew way, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, man, I appreciate you coming through, dog.
I appreciate you having me.
Oh, it's all good, man. This is another episode of All in Your Business with Ciroc Knight. Let's get it.